Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another My Restaurant video. So yesterday you guys showed a lot of support in my video. It was absolutely insane. The amount of likes that it got and the amount of comments was honestly extremely overwhelming, and I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed the content. Now, of course, I did go ahead and read some of your comments and some of your requests where a lot of you were asking for me to find a viable method to be able to get more customers into your restaurant and to be able to make the most amount of money that you can. So as you can see in the bottom, I have gone ahead and got into level 41 now with 1.7 million coins. If you guys remember in my previous video yesterday, I was level 22 and I believe I had like 200,000. But of course, overnight I went ahead and AFK farmed, got a lot done, tested a bunch of different methods, and I feel like I came up with the best one. And we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. I'm gonna show it to you guys. We have obviously everybody in here in the lobby hanging out again in my VIP server. We have Bacon Master, Commander, Savage, Soccer, and then we have Marv, and of course Creepy Sunny back there doing his normal stuff behind the tree, you know, which I do want to go ahead and say big shout out to Sunny because he is actually, I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but let me go ahead and tell him to type something so you guys can see something extremely cool. And of course, yeah, I tell him to type and he says Carbon is a popo head. Okay. Thanks, Sunny. I appreciate that. But anyways, what I wanted to show you guys, Sunny is actually number 85 worldwide for customers served. And I did not know this, but you actually get a custom badge in game when you are over 100. That's extremely cool. But anyways, we're gonna head inside my restaurant. As you can probably already see from the moment that we come in, there is a lot of Gumball Machines. And I'm gonna explain exactly why there is so many and why I've chosen to go with the setup that I have. Obviously, if you guys have a better method and you end up coming up with a better method, let us know in the comments. I'm always open to hearing new methods. Like I tell everybody, the reason why I make these videos is so that way we can all work on these together and we can all become rich. Now, as you can see in here, I went ahead and went with the individual booth chairs. The reason for this is because I figured out that having 4 seaters is obviously the best way to go. That means that you have more customer traffic coming in at all times because the parties are going to be a lot bigger. Now, the interesting thing is that the Gumball Machine, normally people would have between 1 to 2 Gumball Machines within one floor, and that does allow for it to kind of roll a dice, and there is a slim chance that when your customers are leaving, they will walk up and purchase. Never really a lot of money. It's usually between $4 all the way up to I think $8. But obviously over time with your meal purchases as well as with the Gumball Machines, it does accumulate to a lot of money. And if you notice, when the customers are leaving, just about every single time they stop and buy gum. Now again, I went ahead and did this with every single floor, which I also do want to point out, I did add dishwash to every single floor. The reason for this is because that way your waiters don't have to be walking back and forth. I'm gonna keep it 100% honest with you. Having more than one dishwasher in every floor is probably a little overkill, but you could definitely get away with just doing one. Now, if we head on over to my second floor, this is where I have the entire kitchen and of course the same exact setup in the back, so that way we are getting the most amount of customers. And this repeats for every single floor. Right now I'm in floor number 3. Gumball Machines are right here, as well as the same exact chairs on the other side. One thing that's really important is you want to make sure that you space out at least 1 block in between, mainly because when you are putting a Gumball Machine down, you'll notice that there's a blue block in front of it. I don't actually know if when you put furniture in front of it, if it affects it in any type of way. The reason why I didn't get around to actually testing that is because it was 5 o'clock in the morning when I ended up finishing this entire thing, and I was extremely tired. But obviously I will be tinkering with this as the days go by. As you can see, every single time that they leave, they stop and buy bubblegum, which is it's awesome. Dude, it's like $5. I just made an extra $5 that I would have had to have waited obviously for the next set of customers to come in before I even got anywhere near that. Now, I will go ahead and point out that I only have 4 floors, and this is making me roughly around 202 to 204,000 coins every single hour, which honestly is a pretty decent amount of money. I will go ahead and show you guys my staff because I have a lot of them. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but obviously as you're making money, you will be able to purchase these. But if you see right here, I have a pretty good chunk of my waiters that are level 50, but some of the newer ones that I have purchased obviously are not. The vast majority of my cooks are also level 50. Actually, I think every single one of them are. I do want to point out about the cooks, you don't really need that many of them. Having absolutely every single cook is a little overkill, and quite frankly, I think it's a waste of money. But in theory, if you're doing this exact method that I'm using right now and you have all 8 floors, obviously according to my calculations, you should be making just about 408 200,000 coins per hour. For the sake of this video, I'll more than likely go ahead and purchase floor number 5, and I'll redo it so that way you guys can get a general idea of how I did it, even though it's pretty straightforward. Each of these chairs are actually individual booths, so you just want to go ahead and pretty much start from the back, line them all up, and then put your tiki tables in the middle. The gumball machines, I went ahead and purchased, I believe it was 87 gumball machines for 200,000, which, as I said before, is really not a lot of money. You're gonna make that back within the first hour. But most definitely, the most important thing about all of this is the seating arrangement, because obviously you will be capitalizing the most if you constantly have parties of 4 coming into your restaurant. Sub or I steal your nuggets. So we have gone ahead there and leveled up. Now we should be, I think, what, level 43? 42. Just to show you guys really quickly on what item exactly it is that you need to buy. You need to buy the tiki table, which goes for $200 a piece. And then the chairs that you're going to be purchasing are going to be the red booth. Obviously, you don't need to purchase the red booths. You can go ahead and purchase whatever you want. You can more than likely do this with even the starter stuff. I just personally like to think that I'm really high class, so I went with the absolutely high class things because I apparently have a massive ego. But yeah, as I said before, I'm gonna go really quickly buy a couple of gumball machines here so that way we can do the 5th floor. I'd say 24 gumball machines is more than enough, and then I think we probably have enough red booths. We actually don't. Let's get a couple more of these. Now we should be good. Let's go ahead and do the floor number 5, and I'll show you guys just exactly how this is going to work. So this is going to cost me 200k. Not really a big deal. Now, before I continue with this, I do want to point one thing out, and that is I went ahead and tried testing putting all of your gumball machines on the 1st floor, because in my mind, the way that it made sense was obviously the customers are going to buy the gumballs when they're on their way out after they're done eating. So in my mind, the way that I thought about it was, hey, let's put all the gumballs on the 1st floor so that way every single seating area that we create on the floors above, when they're on their way out, because they obviously have to walk through the 1st floor, they will just go ahead and purchase gumball. Unfortunately, that is not the case. In order for your customers to purchase gumballs, the gumballs have to be in the floor that they went ahead and finished their meal. For that reason, that is why I recommend that you go ahead and add at least 2 or 3 rows of gumballs in every single floor. So as you saw, I went ahead and built all the booths. Now we're going to go ahead and add tiki tables to every single one of these rows. Then we head to the back of the room here, grab our gumball machines, and then line them out, obviously spaced with 2. So the 1st row will be right here, and then I'll skip 1 block in front and start over here. Now, if you really wanted to add, let's say, another 3rd row, you obviously wouldn't be able to do it like this because you have the booths in front. What you can do is go ahead and rotate them so they're facing each other, and that'll allow you to be able to add a 3rd row of gumball machine. That's really if you want to. You don't have to. It's kind of overkill, to be honest. Even what I'm doing is more or less overkill, but the reason why I do it is because this pretty much guarantees that every single customer that leaves purchases a gumball. Again, the description of these gumball machines says that there is a chance that they will buy a gumball, but spamming them in every single room has shown me that it kind of forces them to have to do it. Now it looks like we're about 4 gumball machines short here, so I'm gonna head to the store really quick and buy those. And as I'm sure you've been looking the entire time that I've been doing this, I've been pretty much making back all the money that I've been spending. I mean, yeah, I had 1.7 mil. I think I had like 1.8 mil, but if you notice, I'm already kind of gaining the money back instantly. But yeah, honestly, it's a pretty straightforward video today. I just saw that a lot of you were asking me to figure out a method to be able to get a lot of money. Unfortunately, you know, we're really limited to how we do things here, because as I mentioned in my previous video, this is not like Restaurant Tycoon where based off of your rating, you have more customers coming in. Unfortunately, there is kind of like a customer limit. So no matter how many tables you go ahead and add, it's not really going to make a difference, and it's not going to bring a lot more customers. But obviously, if you do end up setting every single table up, the parties of 4 are going to be extremely consistent, which means that you're guaranteed to have that coming in. As you guys have been watching here in the background the whole time that I've been talking, nothing but parties of 4 have been coming into my restaurant. Look at that. So this is working great. It's working awesome. And personally, from what I've tested, the gumball machines are working their magic. Like, I'm making a lot of money. And if you guys saw in my video yesterday, I was extremely amazed at the fact that Sunny had 1.8 million and now I literally have 1.8 million like it's nothing. So of course, if you guys went ahead and enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like on it. I would really appreciate it. Share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for 7,000 subscribers, dude. We're already about to hit 7,100, which is insane, dude. I do have a couple of leaks on the video, images as well as information. So if you guys want to see a leak video on my restaurant, let me know in the comments, and I will try my best to get that video out as soon as possible, if not maybe tomorrow. But anyways, that's gonna go ahead and do it for today's video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.